Don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into today's video. Hey guys, we're back again here with another story about Lidia Thorpe. I know I'm sick of talking about her. I'm over it, but she keeps doing stupid things to get into the news, so we need to talk about it. And I'm hoping, dear God, they just, I don't know, maybe put her on Manus Island or something. Can we like chisel off a piece of bloody bark, put her on that and float her out to sea? Because I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing about it too. But we've got a story from The Guardian, and Lidia Thorpe the other day decided she's going on a racist drunken rant after leaving a strip club of all places. I mean, goes to show you what our politicians are up to and what they're getting paid to do. I mean, I can't afford to go to a strip club. But you know, whatever. Lidia Thorpe's at a strip club, getting drunk, having a time of her life, and decided she saw a couple of white fellas and decided she's going to start hurling racist abuse at them. Now, can you imagine if this was the other way around? If a whole bunch of white fellas at a strip club come outside and they saw poor Lidia Thorpe sitting there in the gutter sniffing petrol or doing whatever she's doing, and and they started hurling abuse at her. Can you imagine the tirade of Channel 7 and news reports and the never-ending SBS documentaries and ABC documentaries that they would have come out about that incident and that night down the valley, or that night on the town where I was attacked by racist white men and all I was doing was sniffing glue? Can you imagine the headlines? But the media's had a crack at her again anyway, because she's gone too far this time and she's lost the plot. Not that she ever had the plot to begin with, but this time it's something different. So we'll take a look at this story from The Guardian. Lidia Thorpe says mental health and speculation is racist and misogynistic attempt to discredit her. The independent Senator Lidia Thorpe says the speculation about her mental health is a racist and misogynistic narrative used to discredit outspoken women and claim that political opponents, including Anthony Albanese, are trying to drag her down. After a video emerged of the Victorian Senator engaged in an expletive-laden argument outside a Melbourne strip club on the weekend, the Prime Minister suggested health issues could be behind the incident and said he hoped that she gets some support. The footage captured in the early hours of Sunday outside a Brunswick club where Thorpe was attending a birthday party was first broadcast by 7 News. One person off the camera can be heard calling Thorpe a racist dog. She replies, "Any black man that stands in with the effing white little cunt like that, you can all get fucked too." In a statement on Thursday, Thorpe said she was provoked and stood up for herself. She said the story should be about her claims of racist brazenly harassing a senator. There we go. And she can't go out without being harassed by racists. This is a racism black... Is that supposed to be black people without a C? So it's a black fella. Black people deal with every day in this colony. It's a country. She said in the statement, her first substantial comment on the incident. "Isn't it interesting that there were hundreds of stories about me responding to racist harassment and yet none on the single story about the Saturday being a 32nd anniversary of the Royal Commission into Aboriginal Deaths in Custody?" What? I'm sorry, but if a sitting senator goes out to a strip club, gets drunk and starts swearing and racially attacking people, I'm pretty sure that's going to make the fucking newspaper. I don't think people are going to fucking forget about it. Maybe if she was so worried about Aboriginal deaths in custody, what'd she say? It was the 32nd anniversary of the Royal Commission. So it's 32 years old, so it's older than me. If she was so worried about the 32nd anniversary of the Royal Commission into Aboriginal deaths, why was she going out for a night on the town to a strip club and getting drunk and racially abusing people? You know, if she'd been arrested that night and had died in custody, it would have been a terrible thing. Don't get me wrong. Terrible. Mm-mm. But maybe then they would have brought it up. Maybe a bit of martyrdom might bring light to the Royal Commission into Aboriginal deaths. But do you know what doesn't bring light to the Royal Commission on Aboriginal deaths? Getting drunk and hurling racial abuse against white people and saying that they've stolen your land. Thorpe, who has resisted backing the Voice to Parliament referendum, has previously said she would consider backing the Indigenous voice only if the government implemented the recommendations of the Deaths in Custody report, which was delivered in April 1991. There is a history of white men in power using the media to attack and demonise black people that stand up to racism, Thorpe said. Saying I need mental help is a continuation of the old racist, misogynistic narrative used to discredit and silence outspoken and strong women, particularly black women. I am disappointed by the opportunism and politicians of Canberra, including the PM, using this to drag me down. But more than that, I am heartened and inspired by hundreds of messages of support I've received from every corner of the country. Oh, now it's a country and not a colony. She said, while the Prime Minister and others have used this to try to undermine my progress, I've been busy out in the community talking to First Nations leaders about solutions to the problems that people face every day. In Thorpe's statement, she said she was not afraid to challenge the government and fight to improve the lives of First Nations people in this country. Well, she's taken the narrative off of her drunken racist torrent of crap coming out of her mouth that night and trying to turn it into a race baiting incident and saying that I'm here to help local Aboriginals and the First Nations people. What was the last time she went to the Alice? When the last time she went out to a dry community? It was the last time she went to Western Australia, out to the Pilbara, somewhere out to where First Nations people are living. When was the last time she did that? She commented on Alice Springs and all of the absolutely horrendous apocalyptic lifestyle that they're living in now, because the amount of teenagers and Aboriginal teenagers are going around breaking into businesses, vandalising things, burning things down, assaulting people, thieving, robbing, you name it. It's turned it into a purge day every single night as soon as the bloody sun goes down in Alice Springs. Has she said anything about that? No. She is nothing but a hypocrite, and she is out for people's money. That's why they want the voice. That's why they want... See, it doesn't affect me, because my dad's Aboriginal, so I'm Aboriginal. It affects you white fellas. I mean, you can see from my complexion how Aboriginal I am. But if they let the voice in, people with my skin tone who are Aboriginal, we get to make all the rules, don't we? So, no more camping on Fraser Island. No more driving up to the Cape. No more going and walking on Uluru. No more going into Crown Land or anything like that, because that's all ours now. And you white fellas should be paying us rent for having the privilege of living here in this great country of ours that you've invaded. And no more Australia Day. It's Invasion Day. That's what they want. They want to pit black Indigenous people against white Australians. I mean, what do you call it? They're not colonisers. I mean, I don't remember getting my ancestors getting sent here willingly. This is the stupidity of this whole voice argument, and she is just trying to shift the blame from her going out on a drunken night and swearing and carrying on at people and being the most racist pig of a thing that you can imagine. I mean, can you imagine if the tables were turned and those guys were hurling racial torrents of abuse at her and calling her a dirty black this and blah, 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 blah. Can you imagine the headlines? You'd never hear the end of it. There'd be a 60 minutes bloody investigation into it. There'd be a book deal. There'd be you can imagine. There'd be toys. there'd be little McDonald's toys, and it'd have Lydia Thorpe every time, and she'd be like holding a burning flag and be like, "Black power, you white supremacists." It'd be never ending, and we'd never hear. We'd probably have a day of mourning for it, honestly. But it just goes to show you that even the Guardian, Australian Morning Mail, whatever it is, they go and like follow her narrative with it instead of sitting there and going, well, this is all the racist shit she said, this is what she was attacking those people on, and this is how much drama she's caused from that incident. They listen to what she says, and they keep, look, she's still talking about, when I talk about treaty, I'm talking about a path to peace. Well, no, we're not here to talk about treaty and a path to peace. We're here to talk about how you went out on the piss, started punching on and carrying on like a fucking pork chop, and being massively racist. How we, like the guy says in the video, how did you get elected? Like, how are you in Parliament? How are you a senator? This is the laughing stock of the country, this woman. It is disgusting that she has a job. It is disgusting that she is even making the news anymore. I mean, any time that there's any sort of media to be had, she goes out and attacks, like, was it Posey Parker or whatever her name is? She was talking on women's rights, and then this stupid cow goes and tackles her and tries to make it about her. I mean, I'm surprised if she's not like going into children's cancer wards or leukemia wards and be like, oh, you know, it's my day too because I'm oppressed and I'm sad and I'm a First Nations person. Her dad's come out since this event and says that she was raised in a pretty wealthy little neighborhood, and that she was never this racist and I don't know, unhinged. I think she needs to go on to the meds or maybe get off whatever she's on. Who the hell knows what she's on? Maybe she's smoking a bit too much, or I don't know. But maybe she does need a bit of drug testing or alcohol AA meetings or something like that, whatever we have here. Because if she's batting around with bikies, feeding them information, getting drunk and going out to strip clubs and abusing people racially, and she's a senator, can you imagine if Pauline Hanson did any of that? Wow, would the media be in a firestorm over that? But I'm not even going to finish reading that story. That's just her propaganda she's putting out again. But we'll see where it goes. But I doubt she's going to lose a job. I'm pretty sure she should have lost her job 3 or 4 times over by now. But no, she's still there. We still keep hearing about her, and her stupid voice and her stupid ideas keep coming through, don't they? So next time she has a massive outburst, I'll let you know anyway. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a comment down below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.